Hello and welcome. We are back on the not so daily shoutcast. I need to really start strictly doing this daily and just not bothering with anything else. I shouldn't. I should just do this 24/7. Why am I even asking people this? Why am I even thinking about this? It's come naturally. I'm gonna do an ARM after this just for funsies. But yeah, we do have Used Tissue and Passion for Fashion in here for another daily shoutcast. Thank God, I love these guys. I really love the play coming out from these guys. The evolution from Used Tissue, of course, with Lomini and Slater jumping in there. It's been a lot of fun watching them play, and of course Passion for Fashion coming. They are just such a strong team now in the NZ Lolly Sports scene. It's really great to see these two teams constantly scrimming against people. And hey, you know, maybe that's half the reason why they're such good teams. You know, they're actually playing against other teams and learning and evolving. Whereas VGR is playing on their own. No, I don't know. VGR still up there, being awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing them in the EPS series. It is such a long name when I think about it. The Electronic Sports League Pro Series. I'm hoping to see them in the qualifiers. I've had a few questions from them about the tournament, and I might just send them off to Kyle or something to talk to. I might send them off to their rivals. Media manager. Oh yay. Exile 5. Whoops. Maybe not. Maybe that's not such a great idea. I don't know. I'm sure it's a great idea. Yeah. Oh, you missed my ESL cast? It doesn't matter for I still have the video up on my video section as it is. But yeah, you can go check out that video. I've put it on all of the Facebook posts that I made about the interview, and again, it was quite a rushed interview, so you can go and check it out whenever. Will you play for us? No, not gonna happen. Just no. Yeah, Slater's going. No, he's not gonna be permanent UT. What is gonna happen to UT once you lose Slater? No. It's all downhill from there. It really is. Yeah, so if you guys want to jump on for a daily shoutcast, here it is, coming to you live from New Zealand, from my bedroom. My sad, cold, lonely bedroom. Nah, yeah, get people in on the daily shoutcast, have a little bit of fun. Just doing these again to practice shoutcasting. Might be getting into a little bit of ESL shoutcasting. Still going to be covering all of what Barcraft is doing and all of the internet cafes in Auckland, just like I did last year. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that crazy stuff happening. We have the Oceanic Gaming, the next Oceanic Gaming LAN coming up next weekend, but I don't know if I'll be able. Maybe I'll do something for ESL this weekend and next weekend for the EPS, but I don't know. I think I haven't had a trial with them yet. Because of bad timing. They've offered me 2 trials so far, but it's just been bad timing for them. And that's probably what they needed to really get me in on something like that so early in the piece. But hey, you never know. Maybe I will get in. It is a 32-team tournament starting out with a round of 32, so maybe they'll let me cast the first VGR match, because I know about VGR. Way. And I can actually, I don't know, I can provide insight. Maybe they have a little bit of insight onto VGR. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they've got enough. But yeah. Oh, Slater being a little bit aggressive there. Nah, let's disappear. Slater, bugger off. Go! Start the game. Stop doing this. Stop going. Lol who? His lane 1v1. Oh, pretty sad. Go join the 1v1 tournament. That's just going to get big. That's where we're going to go. Anyway, jumping into character select. Again, daily shoutcast. Blue team, it is going to be Passion for Fashion. Over on the red team, it is Used Tissue. You guys know who these teams are. These teams have been in all the internet cafe tournaments for a while. Passion for Fashion is still pretty new to that, but they've evolved dramatically fast and done so well. So yeah, these two starting to look very strong in 2013, at least for NZ Lolly Sports. Who knows what Australia's got in store? I haven't actually seen too much Australian content, especially not in relation to New Zealand content. So that's the only issue with me getting into the Australian scene. Kind of sad. But yeah, I do have to get on to Panda now, because apparently Panda now has been doing a whole bunch of things. We went to ESL studios in Germany and attended more ESL events than some go. Oh, Panda now, why you? I can network with Panda now, who knows? Anyway, all the bans have already gone off. Have a look at that. It's a complete, we did actually see this last daily shoutcast, I believe. I think it was with IOLite. It is that Elise ban targeted at Lominium, Shaco targeted at Slater, and again the Malphite ban targeted at Lominium. Lominium always getting banned out of these tournaments because he plays too much and everybody knows what he's good at. but I'm sure he can surprise us every now and then. He practices with a surprising amount of champions and does very well. Amumu Cho'Gath Kha'Zix coming out from used tissue. Of course, that makes perfect sense. Kha'Zix burst is ridiculous, especially when he upgrades his spikes and it does AoE. Why? Why must they let Kha'Zix do that? And Amumu ult and Cho'Gath everything. Cho'Gath just everything. That is why you ban Cho'Gath. But of course, doing those bans, now that we're getting so many selective bans out from teams in New Zealand, we do see a lot of Blitzcranks coming through and peeping through the gaps. And that's what's going to get picked up by the second pick. Surprisingly, it was an early Shen going out for Fashion. But there's the Blitzcrank coming out from used tissue. Slater thinking of grabbing the mid-champ. May still be swapping for jungle, but maybe he's going for that mid. Maybe he's going for that mid lane. We did see him in the jungle last time, I believe. Pretty damn well like that. Of course, he is a pretty primo jungler. Pretty Shaco jungler. That's what you get. Lolik picking up the Xin jungle pretty quickly for Fashion. Of course, with a lot of the Xin changes, a lot of people haven't really thought about the viability of Xin since his changes, but of course a lot of the pros have. Who the pros wouldn't have done that? But yeah, his challenge is very powerful. His ult is very strong, especially for jumping right on top of someone and then clearing the way. It is essentially like a blitz grab because you initiate on them and then you separate them from their team entirely. But it's not as efficient and it's not as useful. Of course, you are put out of the way of your team. You can't jump in as quickly because your team is quite far behind. That audacious charge is the thing that's going to be getting you in there on that. Rubbleman looking in as the Lulu. We have seen Fashion do this before. They do love that combo. Going with the Lulu ultimate. It works really well for them. They tank up very nicely. And they've realized the tank meta is very important in the Season 3. Edible Paper, are you going to be picking up the ADC now? Definitely is. I haven't seen him go severe for a while. But I'm sure he's still in love with that champ. He is very good at getting out the spell shields. And Lolminium, I think he's getting that early Eve for Fua to make sure she isn't banned out there. Must be pretty confident to pick up his top lane. Incoming Roguefire in the next. What have they got coming in? What kind of tanky dominance are they looking to convey? Maybe we're going to see out a Jarvan, who knows, maybe a Pantheon. With a Pantheon, they really would have a lot of lane control. By the way, if you do notice on the stream now, I am hiding summoner spells before the game. I have to keep on remembering whether or not I'm doing that. It does sort of benefit what's going on. But of course I am shoutcasting the fact that some people are in jungle. But who knows? Who knows? It's not Xin jungle. What am I talking about? Not even close. Ooh, not too much escape coming out from the ADC. The mix does pick up Draven. He does have stand aside, which is pretty good for when he's being chased, but it's not always a lifesaver if they're able to dodge out of that. Things like 90 caliber net on Caitlyn are a bit more useful because it pushes her back rather than trying to push the enemy back. But he's going for that really high damage output. And with Lulu there, maybe she'll be able to shield him enough to really put out enough damage that he'll need. So it is a very good pick with Lulu. Oh, wait for it, doing something that we do see is very strong in Season 3, picking up the barrier as opposed to the ignite or indeed a heal or a cleanse. And yeah, I've seen that save a lot of skins. I've played a bunch of games with people doing this to me. They do get that barrier and they have a lot of survivability to them. You really think you've gone in and you've got them, but it doesn't work. And together with Lulu Shield, that is going to be very tough for Part-Time Killer and Edible Paper to fight. Slater did lock in... Yeah, he did. He did look at us the Malzahar. I love Malzahar. This is going to be great. I haven't seen a Malzahar game, especially in ranked or team play, for a very long time. And he is a cool champion. His wave clear is ridiculous. He's got a silence available if he's able to land it. And even though his ult does lock him down as well, it deals so much damage with his Malefic Vision, and he's got the Ignite to go along with it. So let me just release those summoner icons now that the people have gone into the game. Lolminium sitting on the Yorick pick. Of course, Fua did transition out and go for the jungle Eve, not going in the mid lane. It's not going to be jungle Slater with Malzahar. What am I talking about? I think it's Slater. Yeah, he did go mid the other game with Fua jungling his Eve before. I'm surprised that Eve wasn't banned out, but they really want to get rid of that Mal fight. And of course, they've got the chance to get Blitzcrank as well. It's just the versatility that you see coming out from Used Tissue that they have. They really force teams to ban out the champions that they're doing very, very well with in the scene, and then they've got selections to the other very, very powerful champions that they use. Of course, we've got Edible Paper on that Severe. We do have 4 on the Eve, and Part-Time Killer picking up that Blitz, which is he's Blitz. He's just Blitz. But it has sort of gone the same way over for Passion for Fashion with that Shen. Going to be very powerful in the top lane. He may have a little bit of trouble against the Yorick, because of course Yorick has such a distance range for that. He can spam it out. He will be getting that Tear of the Goddess as early as possible, stacking that up and dealing so much damage, being able to output all the ghosts that he needs. All them omens. Why? I've made a massive sheet so I can remember all of the abilities and spells and everything. I haven't gone through it yet, so I don't know. I'm not great now. I'm working on it. If you guys can think of any tips for me to get better as a shoutcaster, any places where you think I should get information from, or look at builds, or look at games, or anything, if there's anything that you think I can improve on for any reason, do let me know, and I'll definitely put it in on my shoutcasting. I always improve my shoutcasting the ways that you guys believe I should be improving my shoutcasting for the viewers, you know. That's how it happens. But that's mainly because you guys are the one judging me. I can't judge myself here. Not as good. Delay remaining sitting only at 1 minute, so we will be getting into the game soon. In terms of team fights, Passion for Fashion is looking really, really good if they're not initiated on. Even if they are initiated on, again, they've got that Zen to separate the enemy team. Wait for it, will be dealing tons and tons of damage. Okay, I didn't even say that in a freak way. I didn't even try. Tons of damage is how you describe Draven. Is how you describe the League of Draven. Draven should get a Black Cleaver and a Warmogs. They should be like general Draven items now. Black Cleaver, Warmogs. For no particular reason. At all. You guys know nothing. But yeah, Roblerman being there with the Lulu does give them a lot of pushing power, as well as Zen being able to separate the team, and Shen coming in out of nowhere. They didn't pick up a Pantheon jungle or anything like that. They do have the mix in mid, though. The mix on LeBlanc, he does have a lot of mobility, and he can deal out a lot of damage. So they do have quite a mobile and tanky team composition. Of course, the mix will get a passive out. It's decently tanky enough. Wow! And there goes the loading screen. And please don't screw up League of Legends, otherwise I'll have to reformat everything. I love you. Please. Sorry, I'm just saying that because it has been going to the side of my screen every game that I've had for the last 2 days. Except for when I jump on stream, so hopefully it's going to be nice to me again today. Hey! I'm happy. There it goes. Anyway, happening over onto Used Tissue, of course, on the blue team, they do have if they get the initiate from Blitzcrank, it may not go the way that they want it to go because of that Lulu ult on Passion for Fashion. That might be a bit troublesome for them, and they do have Yorick for that Never Die. It's not really a Never Die combo, it is a Never Die ability. So he's got that there, and he's able to double up the ADC and dish out a ton of damage while Malzahar secures someone. If they do have anyone that is a lot of trouble, of course Malzahar can just single them out with his ult, shut them down while he is shut down. He can put down his AoE anyway, he can put down the portal and Calling of the Void to try and silence. So even while he is locked down, he can deal a ton of damage anyway. And of course Evelyn will be going in there to back them up with that ultimate. I did learn the name of that ultimate, but I just forgot it. Hey, it is Agony's Embrace. Hey! I knew it. I didn't even look there. I could have looked, but I didn't. But yeah, Agony Embrace coming in from Evelyn. We've seen how powerful that is with Fua. He knows when to initiate with it, and it's very, very easy for Evelyn to jump in on a fight. Using that, it does slow everyone, and they don't know what the hell just happened. It is very, very scary, this giant black hole appearing in the middle of nowhere. Tons of spikes coming out and jabbing you in the face. Pretty much it. That's how you say hi in Evelyn Town, apparently. Ugh. And yeah, I'm sure Yorick's going to get really, really tanky, but that is the only amount of tankiness coming out from them that we see in comparison to PFF. They do have a lot more tankiness coming out. They've got the Lulu ult, they've got Shen and Zen, who, of course, going in bruiser-wise. By the way, how's everybody on the stream? How are you guys doing? I don't know if my stream chat is bugged. I'm pretty sure it's okay. Oh, hey, it is bugged. Except that's me just not showing everything. Yes, Maynard! Cool overlay? Okay, cheers. Thank you. Oh, hey. There, that happened. Okay, we are going to start going into the game here. Not character select, in-game screen. That is how it happens. I'm working on some new in-game screen overlays and UI to make it reflect a lot more of the upcoming tournaments that are happening in Riot. Well, for Riot specifically, they do have a lot of really cool UI showing teams and a little bit more info on dragon timers and things like that. Maybe I can find a dragon timer somewhere. That'd be useful. Just going to line up all of the players here. We do have an invade starting out for Passion for Fashion over on the blue side. The dash goes in from Shen. He doesn't find anyone. He was expecting someone to be there. It isn't much of a waste though. The cooldown will come back up before anyone... Oh, it is actually a little bit of a divided split. As surprisingly, Used Tissue did go slightly for an invade, but they didn't go through their own jungle, giving them that power. The level 1 Blitzcrank being there for their use could really take them out. I would expect a ward to be going down here for Blitzcrank. Maybe they're looking to start in on it. They do have a ward in the enemy base. Maybe they're going to find someone here. Blitzcrank is starting to go towards the area. They will have sight of this now. Calling of the Void does pick it up in the bush. They may not have known, but they did take a guess at it. But Slater, now being forced to flash out, that is a flash and a kill already for Passion for Fashion. They found him. That Calling of the Void went down, gave away his position. The audacious charge from Lolek made him go in. Really dish out a lot of damage. Forced that flash on Slater, and they're going to be able to steal the wolves and that blue buff. Fua down. Again, I've just got to line these up. I didn't do it quick enough. And the top lanes, there it is. But Fua now down here looking to try and steal their red. Not getting any help in the early games. He's going to find it quite difficult. Going to have to be straight after this. In comes Blitzcrank. Is he going to try and throw out a grab? He does go for it, but it does miss just barely. Lolek did not follow down on his teammates. He did go to the enemy jungle, did go to his own jungle. He transitioned a little bit there. In comes a dash from Roguefire. He's starting to get quite aggressive against Lolminium at that top lane, which is what you see a lot from Shen's early game. That is where the damage output means the most, especially considering most top laners do scale above Shen in damage output, and they still get quite tanky. They can usually 1v1 him. I really love Jax in that situation, but the early aggression that Roguefire is able to put off with Shen is really significant and very, very strong. He's just that kind of champion. Don't fail, Dawn. Oh, Burkle. Because I said, I have never seen Lolminium on Yorick before. I have only him on that Elise and that Malphite most of the time. I think I saw him on someone new the other week as well, but I can't quite bring it to mind as I'm focused on the game, because I'm so focused. That's what I am. I'm a very focused person. It is going to be double flask coming out from from Used Tissue, going into the mid lane and the top lane. They're looking for a lot of sustain early game. It does work out quite well for them. LeBlanc, of course, she has that Sigil of Silence going out for her if she needs it on Malzahar. But Malzahar's lane clearing abilities are really strong. Stacking up Malefic Visions to 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks, I believe it is very, very effective in the early game for taking out an entire wave. You could start out with an Amp Tome or go something like that. Of course, he did go for that sustain. He needs it. He needs the mana if he really wants to take it out. Oh, down goes the Summoner spell. Wow, I am doing bad today. Down goes the Smite for Fua. Also catching Lolek in the jungle now with the Ignite. And Malzahar coming in and picking that off, I believe, with the Malefic Visions. He did take it down. The Malefic Visions is on cooldown. But a very good warding down for Fua, stealing that blue buff. And would you look at that? Xin Yao did not even clear the blue buff. That is not going to be there when he comes back. They've got to go and clear that numb. But Fua just running rampant after that amazing play from PFF in the early game, secluding Used Tissue, even in their own jungle. And forced to go down with that red buff, making it difficult for Shen to transition to the red buff as well. It's quite difficult to do. But it is a longsword start down at bot for Edible Paper. He loves to do that on, I think, all of his ADCs now. Of course, it does feed into Vampiric Scepter. Very, very strong. Does allow up a lot of damage. And there is a shield going down. Spell Shield wasn't triggered for Edible Paper, so he's still pretty low on mana here. Just barely missed it against Rubbleman's Glitter Lance. But they're looking to push in on this advantage now. Of course, there is a part-time killer who may be able to land a grab if Wait For It is not careful enough. But wait for it, playing very safe, staying behind the minion line. 1-1 as it stands here today. Of course, we're picking up that second kill in the game. And it was a Doran's Blade start, just putting that out there from wait for it. Doran's Blade starting to be used quite a lot more often as a viable starting item for ADCs. Of course, it's got the tankiness that is now a lot on the meta side of League of Legends. Damage, tankiness, lifesteal. What more could you want, honestly? Stack Doran's Blades. Get about 5 of them at the beginning of the game. You can't lose. And if you are losing, do that, because then you can't lose. Is the dash going to go out on Aluminium from Roguefire? Look at that transition. Aluminium now sitting level 5. He did seclude Shen from his lane for a little while. Shen sitting at 16 CS over 34 from Aluminium. And again, that's sort of the dynamic that you do see with Shen quite a lot of the time. He is more of a early game champion and a team fight protection champion, as opposed to a 1v1 late game champion. It's quite hard for him to transition into that way. He did pick up a Doran's shield for that, and he's got himself a vision ward. Actually, we'll be able to clear out those wards coming out from Aluminium in the top lane. But Aluminium hasn't put them in the bush per se. He has put them down in the river. And we have a pause out. That happened a long time ago. What am I talking about? That pause did happen. I was busy talking to myself. Nalzahan now grabbing himself a Doran's, and that Doran start for LeBlanc in mid. Slater already sitting 1-1. Of course, he was the first death, but he did get that next kill. Thanks to Fua. Getting that assist was pretty good. I think more of the assists did go out from Team Passion for Fashion, so they're up a little bit in gold. Just that 1k. And whoop! Oh, hey Takaya, Snowy, they need to try Beast Fire. I need to know what Beast Fire is. I should be finding this out. This sounds like something I need to know, because I didn't know it before. Why would I? I live very much under a rock. I'm going to be getting better and better at not living under a rock. Living somewhere else? I don't know where I'll live. I'll be homeless. Homeless without my rock. I am Patrick Star. What is this? Who's pausing? What's going on? But yeah, Takaya, unfortunately, I didn't refresh my stream chat after I changed the settings, so the links will be working for you guys, but they're not working for me. Send me the link in Skype. I'm very sorry. I should refresh the stream chat, but I can't do it right in the middle now. I just left it on as it was. Silly me. It is a little bit of an exotic way to pronounce Takaya. Is it Takia? I don't know. I tend to say things in a very exotic way, not with an exotic voice, but I don't know. I learned a lot of Spanish when I was in Hong Kong, so that I don't know. I don't like saying things in a non-exotic way. It just sounds kind of. Yeah. I think of exotic ways and try and change it in. It's not. Oh, huh? That's yeah. That's how I say it. See, Takaya made it exotic. I didn't have to do anything. I got it wrong all this time. Oh, poor Maynard. It happens. It happens. Surprisingly, my name is kind of weird, but people have no way of saying it wrong unless they go Teo, in which case they're in usually a European country. I don't know. And actually, there is no TH in Japanese, so they have to pronounce it Teo. T-E-O. I am the TEO of this company. No. TM. Where are you guys? What has happened? I'm going to go check the chat just in case these guys have all died, or they've all left game and ditched me. Oh, the chat was on. What am I talking about? 500 ping was sitting on Malzahar. Okay. It was Slater pinging out. Slater stealing kills with his Malefic Visions. Then pinging out. Good job. Good job, buddy. Oh, no. Maynard's mind has been blown. I pray for your mind, Maynard. Good to meet you, Maynard. I don't exactly know who you are, but very nice to meet you. If you are something I have met before, I do apologize. I have a memory of a goldfish. Actually, I have the memory of about 10 goldfish. They my memory sometimes it remembers and then goes on, and other times it doesn't get past the first goldfish. I get like a chain. Maybe I can just hoard goldfishes. I can hoard as many goldfishes as the people in New Zealand can hoard potatoes to run their computers on. If they can get potatoes, I can get goldfish. It's goldfish. Plural goldfish, not goldfishes. Oh! Hey, would you look at that? Oh, cool. SC2 Shoutcaster. Cheers! Well, looking forward to meeting you if I indeed do. Again, I am a little bit rusty at my League of Legends shoutcasting. I haven't shoutcasted for a while, and I am dead tired. I've literally been streaming half the day here today, and it was a rush getting that little interview out. I had to think on my feet to really jump on. But yeah. Oh, cool! You've been shoutcasting too. Thank you. I'll go check out your channel and have SC2 a little bit of a look. I did watch SC2 shoutcasting back in the day. I really was never any good at the game. Oh, actually, when SC2 first came out, I did get the collector's edition, and I was decent at it. Like, I was better than a bunch of the people that I played with. They weren't very good. I'm not saying that. They were my cousins. Sadly, they were all like 5 years old. So I'm better than them. They're not 5 years old. They were a little bit older. 15 maybe. 15's the new 5. But yeah, I did get into a little watching a little bit of the SC2 casting, so I really do enjoy it, and I did enjoy going to Barcraft as well. But yeah, gonna go check it out. I should, yeah. Oh yeah, Heart of the Swarm. I really need to go check out Heart of the Swarm. I'm definitely gonna get it, no questions asked. I'm a big story mode fan though. I'm very into StarCraft 2 for the story. Like, it's a really exciting story to me. I wasn't. I don't know. I was more impressed by the Brood War storyline than I was about the StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty storyline. So I hope Heart of the Swarm brings it a little bit more back to its roots, considering it's going to be Zerg screwing over everyone. There was, I don't know. It was very. It's not necessarily the fact that the story wasn't as exciting. I felt it was. Ooh, how do I put this? It was just more focused on the Terran side than it was on any other race. We saw a little bit from the Protoss and the Terran, from the Protoss and the Zerg, and just a very tiny bit from Kerrigan. I wish we saw more from Kerrigan though, because I feel like it's going to be such a contrast seeing her in Heart of the Swarm. I'm wondering what her character's really done. I don't know, because it feels like she's gone back to old Kerrigan with new Kerrigan motives. It's kind of confusing. Like, the Swarm is no longer her brood to deal damage with. It's her brood to keep a civilization alive. But yeah, it's going to be all explained. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it's not Return of, I keep thinking it's Return of the Xel'Naga. That's going to be the last expansion name. I forgot. It was released. I can't remember what the name of it was. Remind me, Maynard. Wait, am I saying your name right, by the way, Maynard? I shouldn't be going Maynard. Maynard. Oh, do a little Spanish and French. Why? Legacy of the Void. That sounds ridiculous. We're gonna see some Cogmore, some Malzahar, maybe a little bit of Kassadin. Kassadin hates the Void. 2 different games, Theo. What are you talking about? King of name pronunciation. I live with it. I try. These guys have really died. I should check if there's a pulse coming from Lominium. He doesn't look, have I paused the game? Have I paused the It says it's going on for 12 minutes. What's going on? Okay, let me just see if I can increase the timer. Or if it's going to go nuts for me. Or if the game freezes. I think I saw this the other day. I think I saw, and the error occurred as it did freeze. Oh no. Oh no. If the guys in game are listening to this, please pause it, because the game has officially frozen for me. Woohoo! League of Legends, I love you. I really do love League of Legends. They're my peeps. They're my peeps. That doesn't look nice. That doesn't look good. Let me just close this off. And wait for it. Ah! There we go. This does not bode well for me. It does not. But that would be cool. I don't know. Legacy of the Void. I can just imagine seeing Protoss mix a little bit with the Void creatures coming out of League of Legends. Loving it. I really want to see a Xel'Naga. I want Xel'Naga not necessarily to be a race, but just to come out. I want to see their legacy and how absolutely ridiculously OP they are. Hey, we're in a game! Sunfire Cape has been purchased. Thank you for that Roguefire announcement on Shen. We're only 14 minutes into the game anyway, so it's live enough. I guess we're there. It is going to be a turret dive coming down from Passion for Fashion. Lolek tanking all of the turret damage, letting wait for it, and Rubbleman dish out the, Lolek, yeah. Letting them dish out the damage. They're going to be able to take down the first turret of the game. It is in that bot lane, giving them that control. Of course, it may let the free farm go in Edible Paper's favor. but the top lane is getting pushed a lot by used tissue, and I'm not in the in-game UI, so BAM! Now I am. There we go. I'm good with this. Oh, and it hasn't lined up the characters again. This is an absolute disaster. I need to find a way to mitigate disasters like this. I haven't had issues like this in tournaments before. Maybe once or twice, but surprisingly I get it all the time when I do the daily shotcast. Ooh. Oh yeah, and the jungler was there. But that's the top lane, and that's the jungler. Yes. And LeBlanc is not supporting. Totally she is. Looking at the CS different, of course, there is still that tiny bit of dominance happening at the top lane with Yorick, but and of course he's now getting stacks on that Tear of the Goddess, but there is a Sunfire Cape and 2 kills now on Shen with 1 death. Only 1 kill and nothing else happening on Lominium. That does sort of suggest that Shen has been diving a little bit with his Stand United, getting into different lanes and really dishing out a lot of damage, as a Shen does. But you can see how much that has cost him. Using Stand United to get away from that top lane, Lominium has now dominated it. That turret's nearly going down. It's not going to be doing good. Not looking too healthy, as Malzahar has grabbed himself a needlessly large rod. There goes the the Omen of Death coming out from Lominium. Going to allow them the slow coming out from him as well with the Omen of Pestilence, I believe. Going to double check that for you just in case. Yes, it is. The Omen of Pestilence slowing down Roguefire. And then, of course, Fua coming in. The Agony's Embrace did go out from Fua, so it was a double slow happening there. And Fua looking to try and take out the mix as well. Oh, and it did manage to happen. The Sigil of Silence went out, bursted down Fua, who was looking for support from Lominium, but of course Lominium not... Oh, down goes the ult from Malzahar, who did manage to put Malefic Vision on Lolik, with Lominium coming down from behind. They're not going to be able to get away from this. They do manage to let Slater survive. Go use Tissue, being able to ping them back and forth there, but it was a very good a very good initial kill from the mix. It was a 2-for-1 exchange, though. Use Tissue managed to get their stuff together, bring the team back together. They were just a little bit late for that kill from the mix. For expecting Lominium to come back a little bit quicker in that fight, but they weren't able to just purely because I think Lominium didn't have any mana left, so we didn't really think about it. But yeah, definitely good for the mix to put down that call to take out for while she still could, who was going to steal her blue buff initially anyway. So very good call. Does look like Passion for Fashion have a little bit of... Oh, that Blitz grab so close to Rubbleman. It was perfectly aimed, just a little bit too far away. The knockup is going down on to wait for it. Is the ult going down from Part-Time? He's going to flash away instead. The flash is going out from Rubbleman, who does ult. Manages to get the knockup on Part-Time Killer. Gonna land Passion for Fashion a kill. That was an amazing play from Rubbleman. You see them going into that bush. He caught one of them off guard. Managed to get that ult off. That is how you use a Lulu ult aggressively. You don't have to use it defensively, guys. Just like you can use flash aggressively as well. That was a brilliant play, going in, flashing and finding them, knocking them up with the ultimate, with the, I keep on calling it rampant growth. It's not rampant growth. That is both a Magic the Gathering card and a, another thing. And, sorry, what was it? It is Zyra. Zyra's, it's not even Zyra's ult, but it is, it's something growth. It's growth. Wild growth. Wild growth. Hell yeah. I'll show you a wild... No, they are going to be taking Dragon. It is going to be Passion for Fashion taking the first Dragon, I believe, of the game. I may be wrong about that because, again, I did miss a couple of minutes, so not too sure if that was what was going to happen there. But maybe, hey, there goes down a Ruby Crystal now for Malzahar, probably looking in to get a Haunting Guise a little bit later in the game than he would have expected it, but he did get those initial 4 kills. Even after those 2 deaths, that does let him get a Rabadon's Death Cap, and he's still holding onto that flask. Not going to be selling it, not going to get out boots or anything silly like that just yet. Good to hold on to it. Really good sustain coming out from it. He is 147 CS. That Malefic Vision has done perfectly for him. Setting down his E on the minions. It's able to clear entire waves now, especially with the Rabadons. Really, really useful. Even if that's the great thing about it. Even so, even if you have to run away from a minion line, if you can get the Malefic Visions down and the enemy doesn't proc it to land on them, you get the entire minion wave without even having to be in trouble. I worded that really well, obviously. And that Blitz grab just a little 2 Teemo units shy of wait for it. 12-9 as it stands in the game right now, going to Passion for Fashion. They have the turret advantage. They have the kill advantage. And in some cases they have the CS advantage, especially in that bot lane. They're catching up in the CS advantage. Lulu, look at that, 8 CS over Blitzcrank. That's gonna count for something, honestly. Let me see, and six assists. But those, oh yeah, oh no, it's climbing, and look at that, what it puts him. That is, wow, that is basically nearly that's nearly 1k. 1.8k over in Gold Farm. That is nuts. That is, wow. Okay, well that's what you get for 6 assists and 3 kills. A lot of gold, obviously. That's pro tip, guys. Get assists and kills in the game if you can. That'll help you a lot. Tiny bit. In goes the Frozen Mallet up at top from Roguefire. Looks like he may be going into a Trinity Force now, but Audacious Charge coming in from Lolik may not be able to let Lominium survive, as he does pop out his ult. He does pop out the Omen of Death. Tried to distract them a little bit, did flash over the wall for the escape, and he's going to survive it. But that ult is now down. If a team fight does ensue, they're not going to have that never-ending ADC carnage. Yeah, word on the street, Maynard, pretty much. It's what? It's the new Season 3 meta. Kills, assists, and I'm not gonna. Oh, it's not Atmogs anymore. It's Cleaver Mogs. It's Clogs. Oh my God, the build order is Clogs. Need me some Clogs. Get me some Clogs on a Pantheon. Get some Clogs on a Draven. Come on. Sneaky Aluminium, stealing that golem with an omen of something, omen of war. And he's looking like he wants to 1v1 Roguefire, which is not a good idea considering his health and considering how much he has been already taken down. The flash goes out from Roguefire, trying to get away as Fuwa comes in. Is that going to embrace down? It does go down, but it's enough for Roguefire's tankiness for him to get off. Oh, he tries to ult out of there with a Stand United. And that is one Stand United ultimate gone, and a death, and a flash. Everything down from Roguefire at the moment. He's got a teleport available to him though, so he is still available for his team when he gets back. And that is very, very close there. Fuwa jumping right on top of that. It was very, very close. Nearly managed to get away Roguefire. Down goes the ult onto wait for it from Lulu, the wild growth. It does land a knock up on Part-Time, who now transitions back to the turret, manages to get a grab on Lolik, and they are able to get a kill. All you need is turret damage, people. Clogs and turret damage and kills and assists. This is a Let's Play stream. Let's learn how to play. No, how to play stream. LOL for dummies. Assist, kills, turrets, and clogs. Good vision ward coming out from Lulu there. Who is not actually Lulu. Or it is Lulu. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. It's Lulu. May have been there on the LeBlanc though. Good for the purchase. It is 2 for 2 in turrets now, but it is still that little bit of advantage going to PFF. I feel like their team fights are going very, very well, and when Shen is able to get into the fight with Stand United, it is really strong with them. They really out tank Use Tissue at the moment. We'll see if Use Tissue are able to respond. They do have a little bit of CC on their side, and they do have a lot of burst AoE damage. And they've got Yorick ultimate if they need it. If they're able to get that off on Severe, who has got a Bloodthirster. Getting that Cage's pick now. I don't know, Blade of the Ruined King? No. Maybe it is going to be an Infinity Edge, or maybe it's going to be the new multi-shoot item. I was looking at that early today. I believe it is the Hurricane. Oh, is Rubbleman gonna get? Oh no! Rubbleman denied the Wood. Wood committed suicide before Rubbleman. It's a sad day. Down goes the dash from Roguefire. Roguefire has scaled really well against Aluminium. I guess it's those initial kills, but it is the fact that he's tanking up really, really well. Aluminium went straight for. He's got those treads now. He's got the Ninja Tabi. That is not enough to put out Roguefire. Pun intended. Pun not actually intended. It just sort of came up. And he has got a Sunfire cape as well, so even more. even that. But yeah, he did go straight for that 24th. A little bit of durability, but less in the realm of armor. It's a bit difficult to go that way. Fua is doing what he did last game. He's tanking up for his team, and he has got... Oh, he may be going for a Ravenous Hydra. He does have double regrowth pendants. In goes the Audacious Charge into an alternate from Lulu, and that is what I was talking about with that ultimate, with that Audacious Charge going in there, clearing out the enemies with his ultimate, which he did pop down. And Fua is now going to get jumped, potentially by Rubbleman. Is the Glitter Lance going to go out? No! And Mix just barely missed out the grab. But the ult from Draven going to be picking that up. Well placed ult from Draven. That ethereal chains was just so close. But yes, with those double pendants, most likely one of them turning into a Warmogs, we may not see the Ravenous Hydra on Fua. But I'm thinking we might. He has gone for the Lizard Elder, Spirit of the Lizard Elder, which is attack damage, so he could be manning Hydra. I would love to see that little bit of new item play coming out in Season 3. And Edible Paper falling like his name. A little bit too close to Passion for Fashion. For comfort, Malzahar separated from his team with that engage. While Edible Paper did go in, he actually went in on his Ghost. So that wasn't Edible Paper, people. Edible Paper's Ghost died thanks to an ult from our friend Lominium. So, yeah, sorry about that. I missed that. I was like, okay, Lominium up. Edible Paper dead. No, that was just... That wasn't even him. Not even close. Did miss that, so I am very sorry. There is now... That is quite a late Catalyst to Protector sitting on Malzahar. Decently late Catalyst. He is 7 up now, and he has got him... Oh, voice cracked. That was my voice cracking. And he did manage to get himself a blasting one as well, so is going for that Rod of Ages. Not looking at getting a Banshee's Veil at this point in the game. Who needs a Banshee's Veil when you do have Spell Shield from Edible Paper? Part-time Killer. Is he going to throw out a grab? He might just be able to get one and get the kill from Edible Paper. Down goes the stand aside. Flash went out from Blitzcrank, so they're not looking to fight that. There was too much health and mana on wait for it. And look at that lifesteal. I'm sure if they turned around, they would have been in a lot of trouble. Good decision for them, but a really great initial turnaround from Draven, being able to use the turret damage that was being taken by Part-Time Killer. Trying to get the stand aside to knock him back, but that flash really saving him there. And there it is, a little bit more tankiness coming out for Lominium, picking up that Giant's Belt, and the Warmogs is finished now on Roguefire. He is tanking up very, very nicely with a Runic Bulwark now on Xin as well, as opposed to sticking it on Lulu, who has gone straight for that Sidestone, for the Ruby Sidestone, and that Kindle Gem and Philo Stone looking to turn into something they can really initiate with. Down goes the grab from Blitzcrank, and there is the shield on wait for it. Managed to keep him in the fight, as well as that Lulu ult. He is going to be able to get taken down, though, standing still in that team fight. Fua not being able to back up her teammates. That was quite a split fight going in there. A very good engage. Thanks again for, on that barrier, sitting on wait for it. Barrier really, really helps out. 375 damage saved on him. And of course the Lulu ult going down, it really tanked him up, and they were able to take on 3 champions while their team came in from the back lane. So even though Tissue thought they were getting in on that, Slater does get caught at the turret. That wasn't actually what I was going to say, but it ended up being what actually happened. Down goes in a flash from Slater. He was looking to kite them around the turret. Not going to be working out for them though. It was a bold move, but didn't quite work. Down goes the Omen of Pistol. It's not going to be able to slow Roguefire enough that a dash is not viable. He gets out of there nice and safe. 19-14. All in favor of Passion for Fashion right now. And thank you very much, Maynard. See you later. I will catch up with you later, I guess. Thanks again for joining in. It was a privilege having you here. Again, 19-14 sitting on the score. And is that a sort of the divine I see on you? Wait for it. It certainly is. 45 attack speed. And the percent, it does go up to 100 when it procs for 3 crits against an enemy champion. He's really looking to use those spinning axes effectively. It is definitely good to get because it is a low-cost item, and it allows you to get 100% crit early in the game for even just a small amount of time. It really pushes out your damage as opposed to being slow and taking it out. He has had a little bit of trouble with those 4 deaths. More trouble so on Edible Paper's side, especially with the durability now on Team Passion for Fashion. And it is a haunting guys on LeBlanc. It wasn't a haunting guys on Slater, who did go for that catalyst. Very difficult to predict a catalyst this late in the game, if I may say so myself. But he did manage to get the Rod of Ages, so overall worth it. And he's finished off what does look like a Seeker's Arm Guard! The Seeker's Arm Guard, new item now coming in to the recent patch. It is 30 armor and 25 ability power. It is sort of overtaking the Banner of Command, I believe it was, which is still an ability power and armor item. Go check that out if you guys can. But there it is, Seeker's Arm Guard. Killing a unit grants 0.5 bonus armor and ability power, and it stacks up to 30 times. So, and it's not lost upon death. It doesn't say it's lost upon death, so it looks like a very, very cool little stacking item. It might be lost upon death, though, as I don't think it says... Oh, yeah, stacks are lost upon death. Okay, so it does say that specifically for Bloodthirster, probably not lost on Arm Guard. So, yeah, awesome little pick out from Slater. We'll see how that goes for him. If he is able to armor up, there is quite a lot of attack damage coming out from Team Passion for Fashion. They've got Draven, they've got Zen, they've got the Shen. And is that really going to be able to turn around the game for them? That, yeah, it is a Warmog straight up from Fua. Didn't go for that Ravenous Hydra, and he has no more, oh, the initiation is going down on from Lolik. Part-time Killer staying in the fight. That's going to cost him his life if they want to auto-attack him down. He does manage to get the overdrive off. He is out of there. Very close call for him. Wait for it now in the middle of the enemy team. Used Tissue managed to converge on her while Blitzcrank was leading them away. So a little bit of a a little bit of a bait from Blitzcrank going in. Very, very strong. Too strong. Way too strong. That is how you kite people. But just a little bit unfortunate there. Taking advantage of that bait. Really getting in. Doing a lot of damage. Yeah, now that it is a BF sword against that Cage's pick on Edible Paper, I'm thinking, or Kage, or, the mining pick. Why do I think Cage's pick? Too many picks. Pickaxe. Mining pick my ass. That is the pickaxe anyway. We'll be transforming into the Infinity Edge soon. Unless I missed something here. Which I very well may have. He's got the attack dagger. He's got the dagger just in case he wants to build up a zeal before he goes into that Infinity Edge. Always a good idea. Gives you that speed, but of course, Edible Paper does have the ult Thrill of the Hunt ready for that. Which Thrill of the Hunt is actually Rengar's ultimate. This one is on the hunt. But they're both hunty, as you may see. Down goes another grab from Blitz, not managing to get in there with the overdrive though. And the site is now available for PFF. Will they be able to use this to pick off a dragon? Used Tissue doing what they need to do and pulling Dragon out of his spot, but they managed to get him to path back. In goes the initiate from Roguefire with a flash jump, I believe it was. No, it was just a jump, but they do manage to take down Malzahar straight off the bat. Now as they go into the team fight, there are a couple of knockups going on for Used Tissue, but Used Tissue are the ones being split apart. Very good ult out from Shen, protecting his teammates, and it's only going to be a 1 death on PFF into a 4 death and nearly 5 death on Aluminium. Nearly the ace on Used Tissue. Great initiates onto Passion for Fashion. They're able to go on and get that dragon now and probably pick up this this bottom lane turret. Whenever I get this far in the game and I see this bottom lane turret, I always call it top. Because it's just so toppy. If I'm on the blue team anyway. It just, I don't know, it feels so toppy. Rookfire gonna farm within the minion line so that his team can take down the turret. And there goes that dragon for PFF. Now sitting a hefty 3k gold over Used Tissue. That is not the kind of position you want to be in if you're Used Tissue. Passion for Fashion really showing their strength. And double ward, because that's what bushes need these days. Bloop. Honestly, guys, that's just double ward. Woohoo! I've been seeing a lot of double wards lately, also in the Australian scene. It happens, guys. It's quite difficult to not double ward things. I do it all the time as well, but that's because I'm not really talking to people. I'm just warding everywhere. That's how it goes. Kindle Gem is now on Roguefire. What is he going to be turning that into? Maybe going Locket of the Iron Solari and taking up even more in that way. He does. He finishes off the Locket straight up. There's some snowy predictions for you. The weather is just not too good today. Snowy predictions all around. Okay. What's happening? There is an IE sitting now on wait for it. The damage he can dish out is ridiculous, and of course Luluwald has been going off on either him or Zin, so very good targeting, and they've got the protection from Roguefire's ultimate. I believe it did go down on him, Stand United onto Draven last fight, keeping him protected. So to be honest, he's sort of like a Vayne. If you can protect him, not only will he play cleanup crew, he will play the initial damage crew as well, and he's got nothing to fear if he can catch out those spinning those spinning blades. I was going to say spinning axes. It is actually spinning axe. let me just check on that. Set aside. Yeah, it is spinning axe. Those are totally axes, aren't they? They're not scepters or staves. No, gonna be axes. Not at all. Rubble Man nearly getting that glitter lance out on no one that existed. Not what I'm saying. That was absolutely not what I was saying. Is it going to go on? We do have a Zeal and a Phage sitting on Zin as well now, so maybe we're going to see two Trinity forces. Been a while since I saw a Trin because of the popularity now of Iceborne Gauntlet, but it is still coming back into play a little bit slowly. Leandri's Torment now on the mix on LeBlanc. It's a bit less effective on LeBlanc than it is on Malzahar. Mainly because Malzahar has that ticking damage on the on the Malefic Vision, so it does sort of transition a little bit. Not transition, but it is a little bit more effective on the Malzahar. So he didn't go that route. He did go for the Rod of Ages, and we are seeing Leandris on the mix. Of course, the mix does get to throw out an additional spell with the ultimate. Not her. What I'm saying. Roguefire is now going into a dash on 4 and finding there are 5 team members in that bush. Down goes the ult from Lulu. Rampant growth. There is actually wild growth. Wild growth landing out on that Shen. His Stand United is available, but he's not going to pop it out to try and save Zin. Getting himself in deep, and they're looking maybe to... Oh, there's the overdrive, the flash, and a power fist managed to seek its way into Lulu's favor. Sorry, rocket grab into a power fist. Wait for it, it's going to go in the exact same direction. And use Tissue now bringing themselves back up in the game. There's that Baron down for them as well. What is that down on? There is nothing. I believe there is nothing that Passion for Fashion can do to stop this. But Use Tissue are very low, and it doesn't mean they have won the game. A Blitzcrank grab going out there, and down goes an ultimate from Shen, who is trying to jump onto that Baron to see if he can steal it. Is the steal going to go off from PFF? No, it doesn't. The smite does go down for Fua, who does die shortly after. But there it is. Use Tissue do manage to deny that Baron from Passion for Fashion. And now it is cleanup crew, and it does look like that the initial attack coming out from from Passion for Fashion isn't going to be able to go just how they please. They did need to make that initiate, and they got Fua out of it, but at what cost? Use Tissue will have to back up now. May not matter that they have Baron at this point because Passion for Fashion did push them very hard in that Baron. And Passion for Fashion, their team play is really, really, really good at the moment, and they have the ultimates to support that. There is good team play from Use Tissue as well, but I believe the ultimates standing are just a little bit more effective for Passion for Fashion on their initiates in this game. It is an Hourglass on Malzahar as well, so still a little bit more durability coming out from Use Tissue with the war. They've got 2 more Warmogs out. They've got 1 for 4, tanking up very, well, sort of nicely. Doesn't get too much out of it, but he is tanking up nicely. So is Lominium. And now with Slater on the Hourglass, so let's see who is first to get out a Guardian Angel. Haven't seen a Guardian Angel match in a while. Of course, I haven't been shoutcasting too regularly. 24-21 as it stands. Not going in anyone's favor at the moment. The gold farm is only 200. Oh, sorry, 2,000. No, it is 200. What am I talking about? Is just 200 above for used tissue at the moment. Even though used tissue have a couple of members with Baron, that doesn't make the game. Will the initiate from Blitzcrank be able to go off? If they do it, they do have the burst to get someone down. Does that really mean enough for that initiate? Shen is pushing that top lane. This is what you can really do effectively with the Shen, by the way, guys. You can get that Shen to go farm in another lane and push it up really far. The enemy thinks, oh, we've got a 4v5. No! Shen just goes stand united. We are going to see that in here right now in just a second. There's the stand united going on to Lolik as well as the wild growth. And Rookfire going to be getting that dash out on edible paper. They do manage to get down Zen. It is going to be a trade though with LeBlanc grabbing Blitzcrank, and now with used tissue in the middle of the turret. Will this be a second kill going down, or is a 1-for-1? And the turret is in PFF's favor. So used tissue may be forced back. They do have Baron. They've got a little bit of sustain. The mech staying in there. Lominium going in on the turret now. Stacked up very well. Stacked up fully now on the tier of the Goddess. Their tanker just really enabled them to stay in there. And Passion for Fashion, of course, with not too much health, was forced back. But Fua getting caught out. A little bit of a surprise jump on him there, as he stayed in to take a look at that turret and inspect it a little bit further after it died. Good job, buddy. Good job. There it is, the IE now finished on edible paper, as well as getting that seal out, and it is a Blade of the Ruin King on Draven. I got the right item, I put it on the wrong ADC. Once I saw that Cage's pick, I was like, what? But yeah, Blade of the Ruin King gonna be happening now. Full wait for it on Draven. And can be very, very strong. It does provide that lifesteal, and it's the new, well, in a way it replaces the Madred's Blood Razor, and it does really, really well with attack speed and heavy hitting damage, as it does take away, I believe it is 3% of max life, 4% of the target's current health, 4%, and of course it has the active, acting like a gunblade. That activate doing so much now. Only new item coming out for Shen is that Cage's pick, as we are transitioning now into the late game. And that Trinity Force finished on Zen for a while. Zen has had a very rough time this game. He's been good in the initiates, very, very good. But those initiates have cost him a little bit. But that's what you get. If you want to protect your team, you want to go in there, you want to have good team fights, you've got to sacrifice yourself. Especially if it's in. Just checking out the gold count here. Leader right now is going in favor to Draven, sitting at 298 farm with those 8 kills and 9 assists. Although it is used tissue now coming in, rolling over that turret there. They completely rolled over it. Down goes the Malefic Vision, going to be clearing this minion wave very, very quickly, and this turret may be used tissues, as they have got a ward out there. They've got the side, they've got the control. In comes PFF, they're going to initiate on it. Good decision, though. They do have a turret there to protect them. Wait for it, getting grabbed over by Part-Time Killer. The fight has been separated. The Wild Growth did go down on Lolik again. He is the focus of attention. There's the ult going down for Shen. He's trying to jump on, wait for it too, and he isn't going to be able to get the dash off. He does throw out the Vorpal Blade. It does trigger Edible Paper's spell shield, and then now running circles around Roguefire. He will have to flash out to run away from there, as Eve went on cleanup crew, grabbing the kill on LeBlanc and on Lulu, so dealing so much damage. And now it is used tissue coming, making that comeback. Will Roguefire be able to keep them away from this turret? I don't predict so. He may be able to get this kill on. Oh, down goes the spell shield, but it is auto attacks from Roguefire as the Vorpal nearby. No, he's not able to get that off, and Aluminium isn't afraid of the turret, afraid of anything right now. Going to initiate in on that, but there's the dash from Shed, saving him. Aluminium's damage output not enough. Roguefire is healing up out of it with his Warmogs, but so is Aluminium, and not initiating on the turret. He has effectively pushed him back. That is all that Aluminium needed to do to grab this turret. He didn't mind about the kill. All he needed was the base. 29 to 26 in favor of PFF at the moment. But the turrets do say different. Dravenol, is it going to pick up? Does stop Aluminium going B. Is the Audacious Charge going to be back up in time? It is going to be a flash out for Aluminium. Yeah, there it is. He does manage to get away from it. Red Team turret down now. It is a back and forth trading all of those turrets here. Voidstaff is now on Slater as well, so he's looking really to penetrate through all of the magic resist that is coming out for Passion for Fashion, although the only magic resist that is really coming out for them is going on those Mercury treads on Shen, and it is also sitting on the Runic Bulwark now on Xin. That does of course do that AoE magic resist, but who knows? And also, apparently, by the way, Voidstaff does penetrate past magic resistance and on to pure damage, I believe. Anti-warding, wait for it. You go, guy. You go. There is a very dangerous bush waiting for Passion for Fashion here. I believe we are coming out into potentially one of the last fights, potentially the last fight of the match. Baron is available. And the two teams are going back and forward. We do have Shen pushing that top lane again, waiting for his team to call him to use the Stand United. Now it is starting to just get ridiculously tense as we move into this. The map control is very, very good for both teams. We're not sure where either of them are going to be able to go with this. All that needs to be done is for a team to group up and have the perfect initiate. There's that Blitzcrank coming in for Use Tissue. But of course we have seen Passion for Fashion, the Audacious Charge with the Wild Growth does very, very well for their initiates. Such a back and forth landing on here. Let me just take a little bit of control over the camera. Oh, Part-Time Killer knows exactly where they have sight. He does have the Oracle's Elixir. He did see that they've got a Vision Ward. And that really tells him not to engage. Oh, okay. It is Use Tissue splitting up just a little bit. And the only one really far away for Passion for Fashion is Shen. They could go for the Initiate on this. Shirelli is popped by Part-Time Killer. And here we do see a Baron starter. Ward is down. Now for Use Tissue. Down goes the Blitz Grab, Rocket Grab landing on Xin. Gonna take the first kill of maybe the very last fight of the game. There's the ult going down. A very good flash from Wait for it, getting out of the Blitzcrank over. Getting out of the static field, coming out from Blitzcrank. But the team on Passion for Fashion is now completely scattered. That Baron attempt did go awry as a very good rocket grab came out from Blitz. Shen now forcing back here. They don't go straight for that Baron. Oh, sorry, they did go straight for the Baron. Ha! They did finish off the Baron. It did go to Use Tissue. Who knows if we do see a crazy comeback from Passion for Fashion in the very end? Will it be? Or is it going to be the very end? There goes the dash out from Shen. And there is that first time use, I believe it is, on the Hourglass 4 for Malzahar. Shirelli has popped. It did come back up for Part-Time Killer just in time, and he's waiting for Wait for it to make the slip up onto the base, but he doesn't, and he turns around and instead manages to kill the ghost of Edible Paper. Going to be taking down just one. That's one less element that Use Tissue can use to get past their defenses. That Nexus is being pummeled by Aluminium. He is going to be polymorphed, but that is going to be it. No! Oh, that was very close. Passion for Fashion nearly staved off Aluminium long enough, but their focus was just a little bit split there at the end, and that is going to be a win for Use Tissue, guys. That Nexus isn't destroyed. There's still a Nexus here. There's still... What? What? You... Draven ult just gonna cash? No? Okay, well, congratulations.